Now, Champion Data have been in the headlines, Adam, as you would have imagined, and we get a little bit caught up on it. I love the debate about it. I think there is something that's broken with their algorithm that spits out some of the players that become in the elite standard, but I don't have an issue. I think they're a very useful tool in the game, and I use them a lot. I just think this categories that they spit out are incorrect, including the best player in the game. So Nat Nui is, once again, I think for the second year in a row, voted by Champion Data as the game's best player. And Daniel Hoyne is the senior analyst from Champion Data. He says that Nick Nat Nui is by far and away the best player in the game. So the ratings take into account three key areas: how you win the ball, where on the ground you win the ball, and how you actually use the ball. My question to you is, if you average 15 disposals, you kicked 3 goals for a whole year, not just in a game, a whole year, you take 1.5 marks a game, you tackle 3 times, you have 7 clearances and 31 hit-outs. Can you possibly be the best player in the game? That's Nick Nat Nui's stats from last year.
So what he does, Nick Nat Nui, so well is sets up other players, and they don't have that in their ratings as how they. So that I think that's the best part of his game. So he doesn't get around the field like Max Gawn and dominate behind the footy or inside 50. So his work is done, and we've seen him dominate games with 12 disposals. We understand that. And we basically he's won a couple off his own boot and off his own hand, the way that he rucks. But with those numbers, and if you've got Nat Nui and Max Gawn standing side by side in the playground, I pick Gawn over Nat Nui every day of the week.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Because of the impact that he has around the ground. Now, you've seen how hard Max Gawn works to get back, and I think one of his most valuable attributes is how hard he works to fill that hole back inside 50. And if he doesn't mark it, he brings it to ground. But quite often, he does take a mark, and then they get back going the other way. And then he gets inside 50 and works his ruckman over and takes marks and actually kicks goals. So, well, Nat Nui is an amazing tap ruckman, and he's he is an elite follow-up ruckman after the contest, but his work around the ground is, I would say, is probably 30% less than Max Gawn's, and the impact that he has actually around the ground.
Okay, Nat Nui is the best player in the game according to Champion Data. Who is the best player in the game?
But Max Gawn's not even rated as elite by Champion Data.
Well, Tom Hickey is rated a better ruckman than Max Gawn. Work that out.
So how can you take it seriously, this algorithm?
Well, because we're not taking it seriously, but what it is, it's a vehicle for discussion and debate about what's important in the game. And when there's so many stats, how do you decipher which ones actually influence games?